Hey everyone, my name is James, and it's been over 770 days since the last update to mobile Terraria, and in today's video I'm going to give you the latest news for the mobile edition of the game, as well as the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. So what we're actually going to be doing today is looking at a press release from Pipeworks, and this press release actually answers so many questions that I've had for a very long time, and I think it's actually very valuable to look at. So I'm going to be doing a live reading so that I don't get anything wrong or misquote stuff. So let's swap over to that. So here we are at the press release, and I'm going to try not to ramble my way through this. I know that I ramble quite a bit, but to get my little joke out of the way first, this press release is called Terraria, State of the Game. Now that sounds like you're about to cancel Terraria. It's got some very negative vibes, but I'm only kidding. It's actually just a roadmap name. Essentially what they're going to do in this press release is break down each edition of Terraria, explain what they've been doing for so long, and maybe fill in some of the blanks. And apparently we're going to get one of these each and every month, which I think is a very positive change. So they start off here with the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 edition of the game, which makes sense because they're very happy because they have a new patch which resolves over 600 bugs across every aspect of the game, which is great. I mean, I didn't know there was 600 bugs in console Terraria, but it's really good that somebody has found them and squished them. And I imagine the ones that they had to work on the most was cloud storage and the dyeing system where you change the color of your armor, because these two elements of the console edition get reported on the forums and the Terraria subreddit pretty much each and every day. So hopefully this patch will actually solve all of those issues for those people that have to report them. So it's very interesting what they say from here. They say that they don't want to work on massive patches anymore like this one. They want to do some more frequent releases, and these frequent releases, I imagine, will be fixing more bugs. So they say here, understandably, people are wondering when the next content updates will appear. And what they're talking about here is 1.3.1, 1.3.2, you get the idea. They say at this time we're focused on a few more follow-up patches that will be tackling a specific set of issues. Next up is the Nintendo Switch, and this is so interesting to me. This is something I've wondered about for a very long time. They actually have another full team working on the Nintendo Switch edition. I've always wondered if they have like one giant team and they're like, okay, Bill, you're working on mobile today. Steve, you can work on console tomorrow. Like, I wondered how they actually worked on that. So they do have a full team working on the Nintendo Switch, which is great. They mentioned the teaser that they released, and they say that what they're working on right now is the UI for the game. So I play a lot of Nintendo Switch games, and honestly what I would do is I would add various UI elements to the settings. I would give people the option to make the UI bigger or smaller, so that people can decide for themselves which version they like more. If you want to make it unified and look like PC edition of Terraria, give people a slider. People on the Nintendo Switch Reddit love having the option to actually customize how their game looks in handheld. I think it would be perfect if you could actually have some touchscreen elements as well and include a slider. I think that would be amazing. So other than that, we have no real news to mention. They say they've got a lot of tasks and bugs left to resolve, so we'll hear about that in 2019. So we're ending this off with mobile. So this is actually addressing something that popped up a couple of months ago, and I'm so glad they're talking about this now because it gave them such a bad image. I don't know if they realized that. So they mentioned here that we mentioned in our last update to the community, Switch remains ahead of mobile development. They say that there's a full team dedicated solely to mobile, and that they've also accelerated mobile development by increasing the team size. So in the original update, they weren't very clear. What they were trying to get across is the development for the Switch is going faster than mobile. What they made it sound like in that original update is that they've swapped all of their efforts to the Switch. Once that's out, they will then work on mobile. That's what it sounded like. And obviously, as a mobile player, you're thinking, well, I've already bought Terraria. Here I am buying Terraria for a platform that's not going to get an update until long after a bunch of people that haven't bought the game yet, which is the Nintendo Switch market. So they clear it up here. There is actually a full team working on it. That's really cool. I'm so glad you mentioned this. So yeah, that's cool. I like that. And there's a whole new bunch of people working on it. That's really, really good. So they also say that in the next couple of weeks we'll be releasing an FAQ for both mobile and Switch. I would love to have a question answered. I would love to know, are you making seasonal updates for the mobile edition of Terraria? I still feel like that's a really good thing you can do on a mobile platform. Adding seasonal content, it gets you higher up in the App Store, it gets people thinking about your game again, and it doesn't have to be big content. It's perfect to do these little micro updates on the mobile platform. It really suits that, so I would like to know, are you doing stuff like that? And that's my question. So, a quick recap. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One editions of Terraria, they can expect some new content after a couple more bug fixes. The Nintendo Switch development is going well. It has a full team working on it, and it's coming out in 2019. And they're also deciding now on how big they want the UI to look. Mobile Edition Terraria, you're coming out after the Nintendo Switch. You're also coming out in 2019. And you've got a full team working on it, so that's really good. Right, that's it for the news. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.